Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, aliens and monsters of all ages, this is not a repeat video from 2021. No. This is not Evening Enterprises replayed on YouTube. No. This is, and may you please say those words, Laren, that make them smile so much.
This is Midnight Vibes.
Cue intro. Beautiful things up above, beautiful things down below. And before we start, like, follow, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Leave a live comment down below. And remember, you can leave topics in the live chat that we will review and maybe even pick. So enjoy. How is your evening, Mr. Laren Gaines?
It's good. It's good. Hectic, but I slid right on in and I'm here.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not plan this. Sometimes we do, but sometimes it just jumps on up. And ladies and gentlemen, it's called The Return for a reason. Now, in the hiatus that I was gone, and the hiatus Mr. Laren is gone, a lot of things happened. I had a girlfriend. I went to a shamanic cleansing. I lost my father, rest in peace. I lost my grandfather, rest in peace. I broke up with all my exes, and they were not happy. And such things happened. Whatever. Now, Mr. Laren Gaines, may you please tell the world what did you do in that hiatus? And for the two people watching, hit that the like and subscribe button, please. Thank you.
What's going on? So, I'm still in the process of it, but I did a lot of getting with self, more of spiritual walk that I'm on now, more than ever. Had a lot of fun. Had some time to myself finally. Just doing the things that I want to do. Actually, trying to discover, a different part of me. That's pretty much it. Hanging out with myself, reading a lot, learning a lot, and becoming more of a business owner.
Of course.
That's what happened. Pretty much that's what happened.
And as you can see down below, ladies and gentlemen, his link is in the description and down below, www.larengaines.com. Please hit that link and tell him Alex Coquito sent you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in this new season 2, shout out to Maria Kornacki. I know you're there somewhere. I want to say we're going to talk about 2 topics of the night. Sometimes topics that we bring up, sometimes topic that the live chat brings up. And once again, leave them down below and say hi, wave, leave a chicken or a wine bottle. Either way. The first topic we're going to talk about is something very close to home because Mr. Laren bring up the topic and I picked it. And it's called Your First Love Story. Now, you don't have to do this at all, Mr. Laren Gaines, if you don't want to talk about it. I already have it in my mind, ready to go, cocked, ready to freaking go. So if you want to say yours, and for the pleasure for the audience, I appreciate that. If not, I understand that too. So I'm going to say mine first so I can be respectful. My first love story was not at 13 because this is not my first sex story. This is my first love story. So my first love story was at 16. I met a girl named Mary. I'll just call her that because she has a longer name because it's Puerto Rico, but I'm not going to, Mary was a 6'2". I was 5'7". She was 6'2". Very portly, beautiful face of an angel, but had the soul of a succubus. I'll explain that in a second. This was around the NSYNC and Backstreet Boys era, where girls were in cliques, just like guys were in cliques. NWO or WCW, and the like. Now the funny thing was, her friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, who knows my friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, told me, hey, this woman over there in the corner, kind of like huddled up like an anime girl, is likes you. I'm like, and again, I was around 16. I thought I was very ugly, I was very fat. I took a lot of chair concussions to the head because I loved wrestling, so I wasn't really thinking straight at the time. I was an alcoholic. I was the test subject for Prozac. So a lot of things were happening around that circle of stuff. But All in all, I was a 16-year-old horny teen. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. So in the end of it, the day later, I met her. We talked. She liked very gothic things and vampires and succubus and demons. She liked very gothic stuff, and I liked her. Let's say it like that. All right, sure. After about a week and about a week, we kissed. 2 weeks, I went to second base. 3 weeks, stuff happened behind the school. But I wasn't in love. I was not in love, not yet. On the 4th week and on the 2nd day, we went to the beach, which hopefully one day, Larry, you come down to my town. It's right now called Costa Azul. And there's a nice little ocean view. But before, there used to be a DA's office that used to be called the Sex Forest. Not the gay forest, which is at the end of the road, the Sex Forest. 2 different forests. Now, I'm not going to bring up the story of how a man had sex with a coconut. I'm not going to bring up the story where a woman laughed at a man's performance for 5 minutes straight. No, I'm not going to talk about those stories. On that day, 4 weeks and 2 days, we went to the forest. Coconut Man and Laughing Girl were with us, and they did their thing. To not be too graphic so YouTube doesn't get my ass, she did things to me that no woman did at the time when I was 16. I've only seen in pornos. And it was so like Sting in tantric sex. I can't really describe it like that, except for like think of Magic Sting. I was twitching for the whole day. For 24 hours, I was twitching. I didn't understand why. My mom thought I was having like a spasm. I thought I was having a spasm. I never experienced before. So I was like, that point I was in love. At that point, coincidentally, I fell in love with her real fucking fast because the condom either broke or something, and we thought she was pregnant.
Oh no!
Yeah. Now she was 16. Her mom and her dad passed. I think her dad's still alive. No, her dad died. Sorry. Her mom still hates me to this day. That was about 24 years later, mind you, 25. So, the funny thing is, after a week of stressing and not stressing and drinking a lot and not drinking, well, not really drinking, like drinking a lot, we took the pregnancy test that I bought off a pharmacy for $4. She took it, negative, right? She just had stress. Period came late. Whatever. We try a little bit more. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I loved her with all my heart. I still do to this day. She broke my heart recently, but I still love her because the compassion that she gave me was more powerful than anything I've ever had in my world. Anything. And I have a girlfriend right now, and my girlfriend knows all my stories, just like you do, because I want to be honest and just transparent and everything. Sometimes it might be gloating, but it's not gloating. It's just being honest and saying, look, I like this. I like this. This happened. But anyway, I broke her heart, right? She had a friend named L. L liked me because she couldn't have me. So I jumped on L. And then she got mad. And then I used L. Exactly. I was a bastard. Then I used L as a catalyst to go back with Mary. And then from Mary, she had a third friend, which to this moment, I can't remember her name. I apologize. I think it's Kayla. Yeah, Kayla. Oh, so let's say K. K, I jumped on her. And then that basically happened between first semester and May. So from August to May, I jumped from 3 women multiple times. I would go to a party with one, leave with another. I would go to the school with one, go back to the house with another. She put up with my shit for so long until I turned 18. And we were dating for like on and off for about maybe 6 or 7 times. To this day, she will always be my first love because she gave me hope. Mind you, she was sad all the time because of life. And I try to help her as much as I can to my abilities. I don't know where she is right now. And wherever you are, be safe and have a safe life. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to be all weird about it. It's how it is. That's it. That's all I gotta say. I got emotional there. But
that's what's up. Wow. My first love story. It's a shame because it's not that young 16-year-old, 17, 18-year-old stuff where you think that you were in love. You thought that. I'm speaking for myself. So I don't know if anybody else had that experience, but when you're young, you think you're in love. But I'm talking about that real love where you just sit there and you're stuck for a minute. Like, did that really just happen? Did that really just happen? So it actually happened to me twice, but I'm going to give you a little bit of both real quick. Okay. One was here in the States, of course. And then last year I had the opportunity to go to France. So I experienced it on another level. But I'm going to talk about the France one because it was so different and so just almost felt like an out of body experience, that the heartbreak from it, the upset from it made me who I am today. It pushed me more to be who I am today. But just imagine being in France and being in love and going through the motions.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
God, that sucks.
It's France, right? Yes. So I can't say too much because, I still love this person to this day. But I love all of my exes, first of all, because they helped me get to where I'm at today. But especially the France situation is important because it actually was the first time that there was a little heartbreak, there was a little upset, there was a little shakeup, to where I actually just sat there and said, you know what? I accept this. I pushed my ego aside and I didn't get all, crazy like I used to in the past. So I believe that I went to France last year and actually became a man and truly learned how to love somebody. And when I say truly learn how to love somebody is when the cars don't pass on the opposite side of the streets and it's not mutual, when you can still truly love somebody and walk away like, I still love you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. No matter what disrespect, no matter what happened, no matter what situation went down, I got this love for this person to this day. Not that I don't want nothing to do with you from that aspect, but I fell in love and fell out of love just like that, right?
Yeah.
I was able to walk away and was like, damn, I guess that's what real love. And I know it sounds crazy, right? But that's what real love is, when you can accept the person for who they truly are and not try to manipulate, not try to change, not try to do anything. Just say, you know what? This played its part. We went down this road however long we went. And when it's done, it's done. All of the stuff that I was in before, all of the relationships before, that was wrong, because when it was done and we went down that road, something in me was like, oh, we still doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, I know we said it was over yesterday, but I'm right back here again today. And I know that I said I wanted nothing to do with you ever again, but you still keep texting and calling me, and then, fall into those same traps. So, love story, France. I got mad love for you. And thank you for teaching me so much about life in general, love in general. And I'm good. Yeah, I fell in love in France.
We already got two topics from that conversation: love traps and toxicity, and the antidote for that.
Those are two topics. I'm all right there.
right there. Now, before we continue, shout out to Onyx Blade, the OG follower, and OG had to put it out there.
What's going on, Onyx? How you doing?
I'm gonna put that out there. He's almost to 1,000, ladies and gentlemen. For the God's sake, get his ass to 1,000. Not his physical ass, but like his channel. Don't touch him. Leave him alone. Okay.
Gotta give before you go, I gotta give so much respect to you, first of all, Mr. Alex Coquito, for doing your thing constantly. Shout out to Onyx Blade too. Shout out to, first of all, anybody who does this type of work. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. And it is draining and everything else, but the tenacity to keep pushing forward and keep going forward and doing what you do, I gotta give it to you.
No, I know. We thank you too, Onyx Blade. We want you to go growing. And it's weird too, because someone just told me, like, oh, you gotta do the pay it forward method. I and I'm saying this now because this is something that just happened. This is not even a story of Coquito. This is the 10-second thing that happened in my life. I've been helping a guy randomly on Twitch. I don't know who he is. He's from Wyoming, a random person that just been talking to me on a game that I play with. And he is sending me stuff in the mail because I helped his channel go up from like 30 to 46 in a week. Why? Because I know how to promote people. I'm like, I know what I just write down this, off to the races. Because I want people, like, if you're gonna help me and be sincere in helping me in a random game on a random time in the world, I'm gonna help you back. And he's like, I want to send you something. I'm like, okay, here's the dummy address that I sent. Here's the dummy address that said everything safely. Because again, I can't send things personally to my house. And he's sending it. And I was like, holy shit.
Did I get the dummy address or the real address?
No, you got the real address. You're good. No, and you are right. You are Onyx. I got a new dummy address just specifically to make sure. After you, then I'm like, you know what? I'm like, damn sure, just in case no crazy people find me. Right. They find my shit on WhatsApp, and that's the. But of course, Onyx Blade, not easy and exhausting at times. But right now, from this point, we're gonna go back to. Give me a second. Back to Midnight Vibes because we have another topic that we're gonna jump in, and it's called dating in 2023 specifically because 2 years ago we talked about this topic, right? Wait, you know what? Whoa. We'll get to this topic soon. We have a special segment coming on. And what's the special segment called, Mr. Larry Gaines?
Music news.
Hit it. First off, no, wait. Damn it. Perfection. Again. There you go. Music news. Laren, take it away.
So excited to be doing this music news. Man. This is awesome. I've always wanted to do something like this, so here we go. So, this week in music news, Hip Hop Forever 50th. This is the first time that I believe in history. Anybody can check me and let me know. But my girl, you know I got to do it. My girl, Mary J. Blige and Mariah Carey are going to be in the same building doing the damn thing with Wu-Tang Clan. This is amazing. So this is from New York Post. So of course, we have to go ahead and give credit where credit is due so people don't come check for us. But
of course,
here we go. New York City is going all out for hip hop 50th anniversary. This is the year. Y'all know 50th is this year. This summer. First, y'all got to check out this lineup. Run DMC.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And I need to make sure that I'm there. I'm not going to say too much, but I got to get there. Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
Mary got a record with him. Lil Wayne. Mary got a record with him.
Yeah.
Ice Cube. What's up,
okay.
Ice Cube? Y'all check this one out. The Sugar Hill Gang.
Ooh.
And this is not even it because they have so many people. That's just a teaser to get us in the building because there's going to be more artists that are going to be coming on. So this is a huge performance. First of all, Mariah Carey. Need I say more? Yep. And then, of course, you know, the queen of hip hop soul, keyword hip hop soul. So this is in Madison Square Garden, Friday.
Yeah.
August 11th.
Okay.
How many people do you think are going to be featured or going to be guest performances? Right off the bat, I have a feeling that Mr. Method Man is going to be in the building.
Yeah.
Feeling that Mr. P. Diddy is going to be in the building.
Yep.
What do y'all think? Drop it in the comments and let me know. But hip hop, this is the 50th year for hip hop. Thank God that it was created. It has given me so much of who I am, mixed with the R&B and all of that good stuff. And here I am. I love it. So that's my little segment of music news for this week. And next week, we'll see what we got.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was music news. Now, My thoughts on that is actually pretty good. Before we go to the next one, that's actually pretty cool. That like Snoop Dogg's gonna be there, and Method Man, probably Ice T's gonna be there too because he pops out all the time now. Big Pun, not sorry. I mean, Fat Joe. Sorry, Fat Joe's gonna be there. Like all the hip hop artists are gonna be there. Just like I was there, I'm alive.
You know who gonna be there? It's just a teaser. I'm sure LL Cool J is gonna be there. Yeah. Salt Pepper, Queen Latifah. That's just amazing.
Other than maybe Little Baby and Little Wayne, we don't need any more littles. Stay your ass home.
How about this? How dope would it be for Mary J to bring out Lil' Kim and then she just do her set too?
Little Kim is an exception. Yes, Little Kim will be great. Little Kim will be great. I'll give you that. All right. Okay, I'll give you that. I just don't want any all these new rappers coming out. These like no, we don't need that.
It'll be the pioneers, the people who.
Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, on to the next topic at hand, which is dating in 2023. Like I was saying, dating. We talked about this 2 years ago. How we can try to date with Tinder, Grindr, Bumble. Fish thing, whatever you call that crap, Snapchat, Instagram, all that jazz. Now it's a little different now because we have something called Chat GP. Now,
excuse me, say it again.
Chat GP.
I don't know anything about this stuff. You schooling me right now.
Okay. Now, ChatGPT is an AI program where you can effectively have conversations with people without even doing it. It would just read your phone, check your history, and then make a profile for you. And basically, people were doing it and are still doing it to find people on dating apps, where you just go on a dating app, you put your ChatGPT on your profile, it makes the perfect profile for you, to make it interesting and for them to bring it in. And that's how people are getting it in now. Like you can do school papers on ChatGPT, you can do essays, you can do anything you want. A person that I know, for example, shout out to Joy West Press, she's using that for other things. And AI right now is being used for digital cartoons, is being used for AI art. That's the difference between 2 years then and now, is that AI is more prevalent than before. That's why I want to bring that up. That's what ChatGPT is basically.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I use a little bit of AI now, but yeah.
Now the fear though, Mr. Laren Gaines, is that when you try, let's say for example, Mr. Laren Gaines is on on a dating app trying to meet somebody, and that somebody's profile is perfect in every way, perfect picture, perfect, everything. You meet that person is not perfect by any standards of morality. That's the rub that I'm getting angry at, because people who are using that, or even using the modified AI pictures that can modify your picture, not like very cartoonish, but just to a point you're like, wow, that person's beautiful because it looks somewhat realistic. And then you're like, wait a minute, that sucks. But talking about those dating apps, let's talk about Tinder and Grindr. Tinder and Grindr is on the decline, honestly, because no one is using it now. After C19, after all this crap, people are rushing to find people like, hey, let's go. But now, for example, I have a friend that uses Grindr, and that friend reminds me that people are, for lack of a better term, horn dogs. Yeah. And it's sad. That's on one particular one. So I asked the woman, what about Tinder? Tinder's like, I can't even look at a guy because they'll send me a picture of his penis in less than 3 pics. Yeah. One guy I was talking on a WhatsApp chat that was about friends. He's like, hey, where you from? Oh, I'm from the east side. Okay, boom, dick pic. Didn't ask for it. Didn't want it. Just send it to me. I'm like, and I said, okay, check your prostate for cancer. And I send him on his way. Always be prepared. But what is your thoughts that if Tinder and Grindr are on the decline? Well, not really. Grindr's just for perverts now. Well, it's always been for perverts. But and I respect the pervert. Every pervert out there, respect you. I am one. Okay, don't come at me in the chat. But what do you think is going to happen? Let's say the next 5 years. Now that AI is being more prevalent and And really, people are just going out more and just going out to concerts and going out to movie theaters and just actually going to bars and doing the old 80s way. Hey, you look cute. You're semi-drunk. You want to go out to a corner in the alley and just do it? Okay. Because one more thing, because now you have the anti-HIV pill, you have Plan B. Other than those two diseases, I mean, other than that disease, that
you about to open up Pandora's box. Do not ask.
Go for it. Let's go. This is about midnight vibes. That's fun.
When it comes to dating in 2023, all of the stuff that you said is the reason why I'm single by choice.
Yeah.
Because there have been times where
Patrick.
I can call this person or call that person, and I can pretty much get anything that I want. Anybody out there can get anything that you want, but when you go searching for it, when you go swiping for it, when you go looking for it, you're going to get exactly what you're looking for. And trust and believe that I've had enough of getting exactly what I was looking for. So today, I'm good with all of that. I prefer to meet somebody, like you said, the traditional way, going out to the bar, going out to whenever. But for anybody out there that's dating, if you have to chase anything, then it ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it.
I'm chasing something. If I'm swiping, if I'm looking, if I'm stressing, if I'm doing this, I'm doing that for something, then it's not worth it. And that is exactly why dating in 2023, for me, I'm dating myself. Yeah. I'm dating myself today, and I can't be bothered with that. And the sad part about it is AI and all of this computerized stuff. There are people who actually are testing it now, signed up for dating a robot. Whether you have a real life robot shipped to you and you date a robot, or you were chatting back and forth with a robot and actually in a so-called relationship with a robot, with artificial intelligence. That is, for me, I'm speaking for myself, absolutely not. I can't do that.
And we're segueing into, would you date a robot, Mr. Laren Gaines? Now, that's a good point. Now, would you literally okay. Let's say in a scenario you're working in an isolated area where you need to be alone for a while, right? And then you have an AI program to give you, comfort in a sense. That AI program in the future makes a robot, blah, blah, blah. Plug in any movie that we can ever imagine. And then I would say yes, I would date a robot, because in all the robot movies I've seen, AI consciousness has their own personality, their own sense of life, and unless they're not trying to destroy the human race, they can be cool to hang out with, I guess.
Well, I don't know much about it. I remember when I first heard about it.
Yeah.
And I was going through a breakup at the time. I said, you know what? That sounds dope. Because guess what? The robot won't be talking back. I can have it all set up the way I want it. Except recently, there's this movie out called Meg. And
Megan. Oh, God.
Or Megan or whatever. Apparently, the robot turned on and started to do stuff and started to rebel and act a certain way. That sounds just like a regular relationship. So I'm not dating a robot, because I don't want to go back and forth with something that I paid for to, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do I go back and forth?
I know. And there's movies like Ex Machina, Chopping Mall, plenty of movies I just said you can reference that would scare you from running away from. But at the same time, we've been conditioned as people to, if you see a robot rebel, you shoot them dead. That's all I know. Like, and if you think about it, in cartoons and movies, you can't really show stuff on series and stuff because you can't get away with blood, but you can blow up a robot and make them look like all gory, because that's okay in society. But we're not, this is not robot, defending today. No, this is about dating in 2023. That's fine. But to give you, again, we talk about these topics, and the two people that are watching, leave some topics down below in the live chat. Shout out to Honest Blaze. Shout out to AH64 Apache. Shout out to Mira Kornacki. She was going to be here, but I guess she says,
what up?
What up? But to give you a real example of how to meet somebody, I didn't really tell you how I met my girlfriend. It's been long enough that I can say this now without getting in trouble. Now, due to an incident she had to be flown to here to take care of somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to be the one to pick her up and then take her to the hospital to meet that somebody. Now, when I met her and I asked that person, like, what does that person look like? Oh, that person's like short, looks just like me, short hair, like young, real young. I'm like, okay. So 4 a.m, I picked her up. She looked like a woman from 1994 New York, specifically. Now, if you can imagine, colors, open pants dress, really, you know, Philadelphia, because shout out to Philadelphia, that's where she's from Frankfurt. And then we started talking. In the first hour, she couldn't really talk Spanish, so she had an incident. And then the funny thing was where we parked to get some coffee, because she's like, I gotta get some coffee. Okay, sure. So we stopped out at a place and got some coffee right next to a hood, right next to a club that just got out of, like, just closed at 6:30 in the morning. So every hood rat and guy smelling like weed and alcohol were going to the bakery where we're getting coffee and be like, hey, give me 2 empanadas and 2 coffees. And there's no reason to scream. There's no reason at all. Like, there's no music or nothing. It's 6:30 in the fucking morning, dude. 6:30. Anyway. And when I started meeting her, that's how I got a connection with her. Meeting her, talking with her in person, getting to know her ups and downs. She was, as in her words, she was gauging me for social things. Like, let me ask you these questions and see how you are socially and on social standings and da 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 da. And then later on in my life, I'm like, why'd you ask all these questions about like my political stance and my stance on gender? And she's like, I just wanted to know. I'm like, oh, and I get it. You gotta vet the person before you're like, I love this guy.
No, absolutely.
He likes the KKK though. Like that, you gotta make sure before you even like say that first. You gotta like check before you even get to that point. So because of that, we just had 8 months and 3 days anniversary. From the day that she moved, from the day that she came in, 3 weeks later, we got together as a couple, and from 3 weeks later till now, 8 months and 3 days. So happy anniversary. 3 days later, to you, my girlfriend Cardala Mohammed. And it's ups and downs. Obviously, she's 23. Thank you. I appreciate it. She's 23. I'm 41. I've seen shit around the block more times than her age, times 5. And she's just seeing things. So I'm just, you know, I want to try to bridge the gap. But that, ladies and gentlemen, was dating in 2023. I don't want to talk about this anymore because then I get in trouble later eventually. So I will. I'm going to get in trouble for this eventually. I love you, Cardala. I love you. Now. All right. Ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep like final thoughts, Mr. Laren Gaines, of these 2 topics and the return of Midnight Vibes. Where, like I said, every week, 2 topics. We might have some interviews. We might have some just shooting the shit. What's your thoughts on that?
For the return, so thankful, happy about this whole experience. It feels like we just started. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. Yeah. It's real. So I appreciate that. The topics when we talked about the first love, like I said, first love is not that young stuff, not that 16, 17. It's when you are an adult and you can realize what your emotions are and you can separate the two, but you know, feelings and all of that great stuff and dissect it. So for those of you out there, it might not be the person that you're with, who knows, but you know what that first love is when you know, right? So shout out to my first love. One of them, I've had a couple. But shout out to you know who you are. And dating in 2023, like I said, without going through those experiences of trying to figure out what that first love is and actually recognizing it, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, where I'm not too busy dating in 2023 like I used to. So all of those things, all of those situations, they all make us who we are today. So embrace it. Love is what it is. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But people who aren't in love, they want to be in love so bad. And the ones who are in love, they want to be out of love so bad. So it's like you can't sometimes have one without the other. So
That's right.
that's
And my
my
final.
okay.
I guess my final thoughts are as such. I feel eternally grateful to be back in Midnight Vibes. It's Saturday at 9:00. We're not doing this at midnight. Don't get your head of yourself. But I love that we get to talk about these topics openly. We do not prepare for this, ladies and gentlemen. We do not have a little powwow before we start. He just came in 30 seconds, literally, and I totally forgot to recharge their computer. So we're just right off the bat. But I do this every week because he is a great man, Mr. L Gaines, as you say right down below, www.larengaines.com. Hit the link down below and hit that like if you're watching. But I want to say Midnight Vibes is about topics that no one talks about or no one wants to talk about or thinks that is just, they think it's trivial. But for us, it's a topic that was worth talking about. Why? Because it's just the way it is. Life is about talking. Life is about interacting. Life is about social life and things and people. All I'm going to say is this before I rant for 5 more minutes. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Know that we got your back. Know that every Saturday at 9:00, we will always love you and always give you the truth. No bullshit. That's my first. No fuckery. That's my second. But plenty of love. Before we go, shout out to my Guppets. Shout out to Maria Kornacki. Wherever you are, we do love you. And we got 2 more comments before we go.
Oh yeah, and I'm not trying to, prolong anything. I love this here. But did I miss something or did I not read something properly? But we get no stories with Coquito this week?
Not this week. This week we want to make it nice. We'll get
it's coming back, right? You let them know.
It's coming back. It's coming back. No, that's next week. So I actually have a story, but I can't say it legally until next week. So legally, there's a story of Coquito that I can't say until next week.
Perfect.
All right. Life is weird. Shout out to DeadSec Leader. Love is complicated. You know what? I love you too, DeadSec. You know I always will. And I enjoyed this live. Thank you, Onyx Blade. Again, people around the world, get this guy to 1,000. He's doing badass reviews on drinks and teas. It's pretty awesome. I watch it every time. It's pretty cool. And thank you for those words. I appreciate you. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Legally, Stories of Coquito's gonna come back. The 2 topics, we will put it up and we will put up somewhere, either Instagram, whatever. You guys put it out there. If not, then next week we and Larry Gaines will pick the 2 topics ourselves. We got a big ass list. We are not going to be done. We got about 20, 40 episodes in the bag. All right. Good night, everybody. And to bring back the classics, key, motherfuckers.